not with being annoying.
Good
Paco
morning.
loves being annoying.
Good morning and welcome to the Nassau County Board of County Commissioners meeting for Wednesday, July 15th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Please stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we love you, we praise you, we thank you for this time together, God. I just pray that the work we do today be honor and glory to your name. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Hutland.
Here.
Commissioner Gray.
Here.
Commissioner Farmer.
Here.
Commissioner Martin.
Here.
And Chair McCullough.
Here. Tab A, approve a proclamation of the Board of County Commissioners recognizing Dr. Kirkwood Adams, Jr. And I know, Mr., we do have a representative. Good morning.
Madam Chair, I make a recommendation to approve tab A.
Sure.
Second, Madam Chair.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Aye.
Yes, sir. Here, I'm gonna grab the proclamation real quick. Yes, sir. Oh, look at this. This is all for you this morning. Look.
It's not actually for me.
Yes, sir. You're here representing. Yes, sir.
I'm just a driver.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm not.
Hey, listen, you must have a lot of kids, because that's what I tell everybody every day.
Yeah,
I'm just okay, let's read this into the record and then I'll give it to you. Sound good?
Perfect,
And then you can
perfect,
talk?
perfect.
Okay. This is recognition of Dr. Kirkwood F. Adams, Jr., July 15th, 2026. Whereas Dr. Kirkwood F. Adams, Jr. is a cardiologist at the University of North Carolina who specializes in heart failure. And whereas there are almost 7 million patients that have been diagnosed with heart failure in the United States. And whereas Dr. Kirkwood F. Adams, Jr. created the Heart Failure Management Conference and began annually conducting the meeting in Nassau County in 1996 and is currently held at the Omni Plantation. And whereas for 30 years, Dr. Kirkwood Adams has developed this educational meeting for physicians, nurses, and pharmacists as a new scientific information emerges. And whereas the program expanded over the years to 4 days of state-of-the-art lectures, panels, and workshops with a national academic faculty and is considered to be the most prominent clinical heart failure conference in the United States. And whereas the last several decades have brought significant positive improvements for heart failure patients, many of which in great part to research spearheaded by the faculty developed by Dr. Adams. Now therefore be it proclaimed this 15th day of July, 2026 by the Board of County Commissioners of Nassau County, Florida. Number 1, the board recognizes Dr. Kirkwood Adams for his vision and his educational focus in the area of heart failure. And number 2, the board publicly commends Dr. Kirkwood Adams for his outstanding service and dedication to the medical community and those affected by heart failure in Nassau County and nationwide. And this is attested by me, Allison McCullough, the chair of the Board of County Commissioners, and our county attorney, Ms. Denise May.
Thank you.
You're awesome. I'm gonna let you have the mic this morning. Yes, sir.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not Dr. Adams. I'm one of the faculty for this meeting. Dr. Adams and I met many decades ago at a clinical trial where we were testing a new drug for heart failure, which now looks very historic and an old drug. And we became friends, and he invited me to come to his meeting, which at that time was at the Ritz-Carlton, actually. And we kind of outgrew the Ritz-Carlton. We couldn't afford it. And we ended up moving to the Omni Resort, and they've actually got a convention center, which is a little better venue for a medical meeting. Acoustics are good, and we might have multiple meeting rooms. And this meeting has evolved into a major meeting in the United States and is probably the dominant medical meeting on heart failure in this country. Kirkwood has a lot of vision. He and I have been very close friends after we were together in that trial, and we still are. And I was the person living the closest to you.
Well,
I live in Jacksonville, so I'm on my way to the meeting,
Awesome, thank you, sir.
which we start tonight. And really appreciate the county giving us this proclamation. It means a lot. It means a lot to him, for sure, I promise.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna step over here real quick.
Okay, sir.
No, I'm grateful. I have a heart. Thank you for the research, yes. Despite what you read, I have a heart. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, it's nice to meet you.
Absolute pleasure, yes, sir.
Thank you.
That will take us to the consent agenda. If any board member wishes to move a consent item to new business, please do so now. Does any member of the public want to speak on a consent item?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve tab A, or excuse me, to approve the consent agenda. Second.
Motion to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Hutman, seconded by Commissioner Farmer. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. That will take us to new business. Does any member of the public wish to address any items under new business? Ms. Lynn Newcomer, have you for tab H? Yes, ma'am. You need to come to the podium and state your name and address for the record, please.
My name's Lynn Newcomer, and I live on Meadowfield Bluffs Road, 86385, in Yulee. And I just have a couple questions, and I don't mind if I just pose the questions, and maybe you can answer them collectively so that we don't have...
Well, I'll let you pose your questions, and then we're going to do a presentation on tab H, so that
Perfect.
we may get all of those
Maybe.
questions answered. Yes, ma'am. And then if you want to come up to the podium afterwards with any additional questions.
Sounds great. I feel
Okay.
confident it'll probably be answered. Address the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You have your 3 minutes.
Before the county buys the church land, I'm assuming this is for the road that's going to cut through to Meadowfield Bluffs Road? Is that in anticipation of the road cut through to Meadowfield Bluffs
I'm
Road?
going to let you ask your questions, and then in the
You got it.
presentation, yes, ma'am. We'll see what
And-
we answer, and then I'll bring you back to the podium if they're not answered.
The next question is, has there been an impact study on the Canopy Road, which is Meadowfield Bluffs Road? And has there been an impact study on Lofton Creek watershed? And has the plan been submitted to St. Johns River Water Management? And finally, I know it's on based on a transportation study. I just want to know which transportation study that was.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I'm sure that's under the FOIA, but thanks.
Okay, no, thank you, Ms. Lynn. So when we do the presentation, we'll address those 4 questions in the presentation. Thank you, Ms. Lynn. Tab H, authorize the chair to sign the real property purchase and sale agreement with Yulee Methodist Church Incorporated, contract number CM 4153, for the purchase of property associated with the Christian Way extension for the purchase price of $215,931.85.
Good
Good morning,
Madam
Mr.
Chair.
Companion.
Yes, Commissioners, Robert Companion, Deputy County Manager / County Engineer. As you're aware, we've had the Christian Way Extension project on your capital improvement plan now for a number of years, probably more than 5 years, and as a part of your mobility plan to increase access for those folks at Meadowfield Bluff Road so that they can get over to the signalization at State Road 200 and Jean Lassier / Christian Way. To answer some of the questions there, we worked with Tyler Plaza West when they came in to develop, and that first acquisition of right-of-way that actually is adjacent and abuts to Meadowfield Bluff Road was acquired at that time during the development process. At that time, it was also determined what canopy trees, if any, which I believe there were none that were actually impacted, that were identified within the canopy tree ordinance for Meadowfield Bluff Road that were impacted for that new access that comes off of that roadway, which will become Christian Way Extension. So to answer that first question, yes, that impact was already analyzed. I believe that was 2022, 2023 when we did that work. The second part is, as you know, this is actually in partnership with the CLAM project that's going to acquire the rest of the major parcel behind Tyler Plaza that the church has and put it in conservation. This part that you're seeing today, that'll come at a later meeting, but this part you're seeing today is strictly for the roadway section that we're acquiring, so we can eventually make that connection over to Christian Way Extension. We have not begun design on it. We have preliminary design just to create the alignment. So we have not gone to St. John's yet or done any of those studies to that point. We're very early in the process, as the right-of-way is the first part that we wanted to acquire before we got into design.
So, and then the fourth question, so there is not a transportation study?
There is a transportation study that Tyler Plaza West
Oh,
conducted.
that they did, okay.
And they determined that the major issue with Meadowfield Bluff Road, folks trying to leave Meadowfield Bluff Road, there was close to 7-minute delay trying to make a left out of that roadway. So that was one of the reasons behind this project and for the modification that will eventually happen to the State Road 200 median there at Meadowfield Bluff Road to restrict those left-hand movements. They actually, it's actually been multiple meetings and a long drawn-out process to try to describe in a few minutes here, but yes, ultimately, the connection over to the signalization is the most efficient and safest route for the Meadowfield Bluff folks that are trying to head west on State Road 200 when they leave their neighborhood.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Companion. Mr. Gray?
Madam Chair, just to put it on the record, so the other four questions there, it's a major safety improvement, and we're gonna have a signalized intersection for the residents back there on Meadowfield, so they'll have a safe ingress and egress. Number two, the Canopy Road study has been completed, and we'll abide by it. Number three, the new project cannot, the transportation study was done. Number four, the new project cannot, when they receive their CO, before they receive their CO, before they can open for business, the FDOT, the state has to complete their improvements to the median on State Road 200. Is that correct?
The developer has to complete the construction improvements in accordance with their FDOT permit before they get their CO. That's correct.
Okay, just want to make sure all four of those questions were answered, and it's on the record, real loud and clear, because, you know, that area is my district, so we, you know, it's all of our district, I guess, but we'll make sure that's on there really good. Thank you, Mr. Companion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. Thank you, Mr. Companion. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to either approve or deny tab H.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Gray?
I make a motion to approve tab H.
Second?
Motion made by Commissioner Gray, seconded by Commissioner Hupman. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Motion carries. That will take us to the general public comment. Ms. Ashley, if you'll state your first and last name for the record and your address, please.
Good morning. Ashley Derringer, 1125 Lisa Derringer Place, Callahan, 32011. All right, good morning, commissioners and staff. My name is Ashley Derringer. This morning I brought a picture that I would like you all to look at. This is my dad, Floyd Gear. He is 43 in this picture when he was diagnosed with nasolaryngx cancer, and he is 55 just 2 months before he passed away. Cancer didn't just take my dad. It took memories, graduations, weddings, things that we'll never get back. I understand we're not currently in negotiations for our firefighter contract, but we will be soon. And as we prepare, I want to ask you to remember the faces behind the contracts. When we talk about benefits, we're not talking about numbers on a spreadsheet. We're talking about real-life people with real-life families. We know more than we did decades ago. We now know that occupational cancer is one of the leading causes of first responder line-of-duty deaths. We understand that now contaminants don't just stay at the scene. They remain on the turnout gear, hoods, gloves, helmets, belts, and even inside the apparatus when they get back in the trucks. Cancer isn't the only battle these guys face, though. They also carry many invisible wounds. They respond to fatal crashes, suicide, child deaths, structure fires, and medical emergencies day after day. When the dangers are obvious, while the physical dangers are obvious, the emotional toll is just as important. PTSD, depression, anxiety, communal trauma are occupational hazards of this profession that go unseen. Because we know better, we have the responsibility to do better. I'm asking you to make firefighter health a priority during this next negotiation cycle. This means providing comprehensive annual health screenings, providing full-body cancer scans specifically designed for firefighters. Those cancer scans look differently than the ones you and I receive. It means looking at a second set of turnout gear. I understand that might not be immediately possible, but for a very inexpensive addition, you could provide additional hoods and gloves for the firefighters. It also means investing in meaningful mental health resources and considering operational changes that reduce cumulative stress and fatigue. Just yesterday, Polk County Board of County Commissioners verbally agreed to a D shift. And before the people that left the meeting got back to the trucks, the county commission had already published it, put out the press release and everything. They were very proud to amend a current contract. So this wasn't a new contract they began to negotiate. This was their current contract that they made an amendment to. My hope is that you guys will take firefighter health seriously. You're not going to be the first to add a D shift or take mental health seriously, but you certainly don't have to be the last. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Pope, any county business this morning?
No, ma'am, no additional business, thank you.
Madam Attorney?
I have no further business. Thank you, Madam Chair.
That'll take us to county commission items. Mr. Hutman?
I have nothing this morning, ma'am. We have another meeting.
Thank
after
you.
this one. Thank you.
Mr. Gray?
I have nothing. We got another meeting coming up, so nothing today,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Mr. Farmer?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd just like to just give an update on Jacob Hagan. My buddy down the road there, everybody knows he had suffered a stroke a while back. He had a little bit of a setback with an infection, but he's now back home healing, and just like to ask that you please keep the Hagan family in your prayers. They've got him some wheelchair ramps and what have you there at his house set up, and he seems to be adapting pretty well to that. So just wanted to give everyone an update that Jacob is home, and he's making some progress every day. Also wanted to remind everyone that as a current member of this year's canvassing board for this upcoming election, I sit along with the supervisor of elections and the county judge to maintain the integrity of this election cycle. And so just like to remind everyone that as per Florida law, I'm not allowed to have an opinion on who's who, what's what. So, you know, if you see some banter online, I just appreciate being left out of the banter and respect the fact that, you know, I'm in a neutral position. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Martin?
Yes, the only thing I have, because I see her, not only because I see her in the audience, I'd like to wish our very own Brandy Carvalho a very happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, Brandy.
You don't want me to sing, maybe Hupp will sing for you.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. And I have no further business, so with that, we will adjourn the meeting.
You beat your last time by 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Are you clocking me, Clint?
I'm gonna open up this video.
I'm talking from a second.